This is Rise and Reign.
Greetings and salutation. Welcome to Rise and Reign. I am your host, Yannick Brown Punga, and I'm here dedicated myself to enlighten you, to bring you to your full potential, and make you as the Creator God has made you to become. So, remember, yesterday and all these days, we were developing the benefits, the importance of semen retention, physically, spiritually, and in our last program, we had to develop the way we can overcome the obstacles that could refrain us from continuing in this journey of enlightenment. Because remember, my friend, the control, the power of the semen, it's necessary so that we can raise our spiritual vibration and achieve the goals that we have been sent in this planet. Majority of people, they mostly are confused. They think they're just mere animal in this planet. So they lost their time in social media and porn because they have no plan in life. If it's you are one of them, my friend, this is time to start refraining from misusing your seed. Most of the people tell me, my friend, I have a wife. How can I do that? I have a girlfriend. How can I do that? Yesterday, in our last part of semen retention, because we remember we're going to continue the semen retention last part entitled Overcoming Obstacles and Achieving Mastery in Semen Retention. We're going to continue the part B because yesterday we could not finish it. It's too long, so we had to cut it a little bit shorter so that we can try to find how we can, try to continue it today. The last part B, because it's very, very long. So the part 3, we've cut it in 2, A and B. So because it's very, very long, I believe today I'll do all I can to give you the last parts in full. Remember, I've told you guys yesterday that if it's possible to create this semen retention timeline for yourself, it's kind of a schedule. You can track your evolution, your seed, just like women for menstruation, but us males, it's our seed. Normally, just as females, it has to have a period in month where it's possible for you to engage in interrelationship, intercourses, because you cannot do it all the time like they tell us, like we've been told when we were growing up. It's not the great way to do it. The way a person has to, a human being, have to enter in relationships and sexual relationship or in intercourses is in certain period in a month. As I explained to you guys, I count here like 1, 2, 3. If I succeed to retain my seed a day, I encircle it or I mark it good. The second day, the third day, then I count those days. Okay. So the days that is possible that I decide, okay, no, I will engage in sexual relationships. So if I did not fail I'll count that part a success day, and then I continue. Can give the possibility to intercourse period of time, like 3 days after 2 weeks, or after 4 weeks, or after 2 weeks, depending on how you are mastering your semen retention. So you should not be available sexually in, like, you can be available sexually, but it's not something that you can do anytime. It should be a kind of a period, like females do their menstruation. There's a period of menstruation in a month. Similar, there should be a period of sexual intercourses in a month for you if it's a returner. Why I say so? Because you monitor it, and as well you will understand that this period is a period of risk for you to relapse, because you're gonna do that with the female. Different energies there, so it can pull that energy out. If you can master that, you can relapse. So you cannot give that possibility of relapsing all the time. It should be a certain period of the month that you have to have intercourses. If you succeed not coming, it is a wonderful thing for you. In the future, we're going to talk about how you should do it, and meditating. That will be another day. How can you have sexual intercourse so that it can become a blessing for you when you're a returner? That will be another day of another subject. Okay, so if we come back to our main subject, which is overcoming obstacles and achieving mastery. Yesterday, we were focused on the physical parts, which we called Module 1. Okay? The common physical obstacles. We say that it's premature ejaculation, erectile dysfunction, physical discomfort, hormonal imbalance can hinder the possibility of becoming a master returner. Okay, we say that emotional stress in an emotional part emotional obstacles. We have a situation where anxiety can become a problem, stress or anxiety, emotional turmoil, lack of motivation, and past trauma can also be cause of a person to have a hard time to return. And we see that mental issue also, lack of discipline, negative thought pattern, lack of discipline. You cannot even be disciplined. That is a hard time for you also to return, because retention is also part of a discipline. Negative thought pattern, we talked about it yesterday. Indeed, you have other things, negative things in your mind, images from PMO, from porn, from Instagram, from Facebook, from all the social medias. Okay, you're accumulating those negative images in your mind. Those images are playing in your mind sometimes. Hard for you to become a great retainer, because these images will hunt you down and bring you to the wrong path again. All right. So now also mental fatigue. All right, can be an issue for you to return. You go to work and you spend a hard time at work, you're mentally real fatigued, or you're engaged to certain behavior which made your mind a little bit fatigued. You can't concentrate to, in that period when you have mental fatigue. I suggest not to have sexual intercourse, because you will have a hard time to concentrate in stopping it from coming. So males, be careful. When you have mental fatigue, do not engage in sexual intercourses. Distraction and addiction. Distraction, social media. If you're using it to learn, it's possible. Cannot become, instead of becoming a distraction, it becomes your school, like YouTube. It's a school, you know. Salute to those who created it. You know, social media can be a school, a place where you gain knowledge, or it can be a distraction. Similar as we said yesterday about the phone. It's in itself a demon and an angel. So we're having a demon and angel. These are portals of knowledge, things that you never heard of, like semen retention. Now you know about it because of your phone. So these are portals of informations, okay, where these beings now are transferring information to us. Before, you needed to master certain spirituality. Now you have to buy a phone and you have internet, especially with what we're having today, what we call fast internet system, like Wi-Fi and so on. Can hook you up if you're addicted to porn or in distraction. Very dangerous. Spiritual obstacles, we've talked about the energetical blockages. Some people have issues, seriously spiritual issues, which they've been affected, they need deliverance. Because certain behavior can become a spiritual issue. You can't stop masturbating. You can't stop watching porn. The first thing you do when you wake up is to see those Instagram models. It's become a serious issue for you, my friend. You're weakening. You're a young man. You look like you're 40, but you're 20. You look like you're 100. So, because the vital energy is lost. Be careful how you're using this vital energy. It's our responsibility to keep it. Lack of concentration. Okay? It's a problem. As we say, the spiritual crisis can be another issue, you know. If you're cursed or you've been engaged to those behaviors too long, that phone has connected you to the spiritual world, and demons or negative energies, like-mindeds, like you, find a way to encircle you and to get involved, to push you into this behavior. It's possible. You can't have this problem. And you can't release yourself. That's becoming a spiritual crisis. You need deliverance. Because otherwise you will never become a great returner. So those were yesterday's important parts, very important parts. Today, we're gonna try, we saw that emotional intelligence, those who have a lack of emotional intelligence can ignore how releasing their seed is destroying them. They not really ignoring it, but they won't really understand the value of semen because they don't have the emotional intelligence necessary to understand that. Okay, so lack of motivation can also be a problem. Lack of motivation. You don't know what to do. You're just in your bedroom. You know, you don't have any motivation either to go to work, to visit friends, to play around, to go to the gym, and then you started coming. Lack of motivation can be a serious problem as well. Past trauma can come in your subconscious mind, can also cause that. So we're gonna, because this part is very long, so this is why we're trying our best to underline most important parts of the third parts, the obstacles that people can face while they have while they are in semen retention. And one thing I've mentioned yesterday was males who having a hard time to have a wife or a girlfriend or a sexual partner, a permanent one. They have a hard time also to become a returner, because if you having different sexual partners, it's going to be a hard time for you to return. I'm telling you that because I also, in certain period of time in my life, had many different partners. So, I know that this won't be easy. You will find yourself in hard time to maintain your seed if you're changing. You get to this partner today, you go to more of that partner, you won't return, my friend. It's always best to have one. If you're a sexual being like me, so you have to have a partner, but shouldn't be more than 2 partners. If you can return with many partners, you are blessed, my friend. You are blessed, believe me. It's not easy. The spiritual obstacles we have mentioned already, that those who are having a hard time to return, some of them is due to the spiritual problems they have, so they need pastors or the exorcists, okay, or they need to go to the mosque, or if they're Hindu, I don't know how they do it, they need to go there. We're humanists. We believe that all these religion and spirituality are contributing something, but we're not engaged in this channel to talk about any particular religion to approve it. No. We are open-minded to understand that all the religions are trying their best. So, you need deliverance if you find yourself in hard time. You need psychologists if you think it is physical or mental thing that you believe that you can't resist from masturbation, or you can't resist from watching porn. So you need help, my friends. Mostly start returning. If you can't return, why you can't return, and see in these obstacles which is the obstacles that is hindering the possibility for you to return. Is it spiritual? Is it physical? Alright? So now how can you master it in a spiritual level? Is master semen retention at a spiritual level is when you meditate and praying a lot. Okay, you have to be a person of spirituality. You have to like the Creator, or like the higher self, or like the source, like Allah, like Yahweh, like Jesus. Like, you need to have a spiritual reason also, so that you become a great returner. If the spiritual reason is lacking in your semen retention journey, you'll never achieve it. You will fail. So you need to meditate. You need to integrate spiritual principle in your daily life. Okay? You need to pray regularly. You need to do a good thing like charity. Go to quiet places so that you can meditate. Do what we call introspection of your life. Alright? So these are the important things in a spiritual level if you want to become a returner. You need to continue practicing semen retention in order to maintain your mastery. As I said, do not forget, you need to have this and count days. It will boost your self-esteem as a returner. But if you underestimate this, you'll regret it. Because I have done it in the early beginning in my retention. Because my experience of semen retention is now 4 years. With the relapse, of course, but it is a great journey. And I cannot tell you how much I gain, because that will be an entire video. Okay? An entire subject. This is a long one. So you need to maintain it. You need to understand, even you relapse, do not give up. Even you relapse. Relapsing is a part of the process. As I said, when you start semen retention, the first day, second, third, and your counting days, when you relapse, you mark it. Then you will continue. Okay, you not lose these days, still there, but it's like you restart again because you relapse. And then if you don't relapse after 8 days, you enter long streak, which is a very good part. When you enter that, you have attraction, female attraction, brothers. This is one of the things. You're hanging around and females are chasing you. That's we're gonna come back to that, how semen retention has to do with female attraction. That will be another subject. Okay, so it is important. Semen retention is a journey, my friend, as we said last time. It's not a destination. It's not something that you can return for a month and you say you're a returner. It is a life journey. It's like going to the gym. It is a life journey. Physical training. It is a life journey. Spiritual nourishment. It is a life journey. Mental progress. Intellectual progress. It is a life journey. There's certain things in life you can't stop. You will hinder. You will kill yourself. You commit an auto-suicide. You commit a suicide, sorry. You commit a suicide. You know, unconscious level, in unconscious suicide. You will kill yourself without knowing that you've killed yourself. You've noticed one thing about people who become so fat. I watch TLC. I don't know if I can name this channel. You meet people there, they're crying. Why they become so fat? They don't understand why how they're reaching that level. And I always tell myself, how have you become this big without realizing you're getting this big? Because they ignore the signal in the beginning. They are negligent, and then they're destroying themselves without realizing it. And progressively they become fat. They're eating unhealthy food. They're not training their body. They're not taking care of their body. They're destroying themselves. And in the end, when something hit their minds, it's like they're waking up. Like, and then they're crying, why am I so fat? Because you'll never be born. You weren't born that fat. You were skinny. I mean, no, you're not skinny, but you were smaller and healthier, because most of us, when we were born as babies, we're not fat. Okay, that happens after time, and mostly because of negligence. Okay, so semen retention, it is a journey. something that you'll be doing all the time to maintain yourself. If you stop maintaining yourself, in a spiritual level, you become fat, like those, like the people that we were mentioning, and your life will collapse. You have no awareness of the things that's happening in your environment. The spiritual world will have a hard time to communicate with you because you've lost your spiritual field. It is like it's an energy that you need to connect to the higher level, to God, to Jesus, to spiritual, to angel. You need it. So the people, they don't tell us that. They tell us to release it as we want. We need it for our survival. If you can keep your seed, my friends, you'll never die poor. If you die poor, contact me. I'll keep you now before you die. Okay, and then contact me. I'll put my number there. And then you contact me and you tell me, Nick, I'm dying poor, but I was a returner for 30 days. For 30 years. Let's see if it's possible. You'll never die poor. So you need it so that you can have a healthy, spiritual, physical life. This is the spiritual journey that you need to take. Okay, so it is a life thing. It's for life. It's a destination, not only. It's not a destination. It is a journey. Okay, so the changes also you will gain from semen retention is similar to also the negative changes the people who eat unhealthy food experience. They eat it, then they become fat without realizing they're getting fat and fat. Similar, if you're a returner, you'll become very spiritually rich without realizing it, because it will be progressive action. It won't be instant thing. So it's a life thing. It's a life journey. It requires commitment. It will need you to become a disciple of yourself. Okay? You need patience. Because, my friend, it's not easy. You will relapse many times. But you have to keep going. You need to apply this technique, this knowledge. You need to apply these techniques learned in this seminary. Because this is the secret of the great masters. Okay? You need to unlock your full potential. This is the first one that Rise and Reign has dedicated itself to teach. Because without semen retention, you will never achieve great in this life. You will never be great in this planet. Do not lose your seed. Keep your energy. Avoid useless relationship. As a man, you have a girlfriend is not a person who let's say deserve you for marriage. Don't waste your energy on smashing her. Let her go. Leave that space so that the best person may arrive. And then if you lose your energy to that best person, you won't regret it as much as losing energy just because she's beautiful, but she does not deserve you for marriage. She has to go. Keep your seed. You need your seed. There's nothing important than that seed, my friend. Thank you for joining me on this journey. May our path cross again in this semen retention community that we have created in Rise and Reign. We need you, my friend, to propagate the message that you've learned. This is a way that you can thank the Creator, God, for discovering this ancient and beautiful knowledge that most of the great ones, the powerful man in this planet, has secretly hidden from you. But now, my friends, I, Yannick Brian Punga, deliver it for you to you. And it's now up to you, my friend, to be courageous enough in applying this ancient knowledge. This was Rise and Reign, and I am your host, Yannick Brian Punga. Meet you tomorrow for a brand new amazing subject, which will be about female attraction. Thank you very much. Take care.